Hi there. So today is an easy project. I am repainting using chalkboard paint over top of the board you see behind me.
Buckle up for safety as I give you a day in the life of online. No, not online. I'm actually there. Facilities maintenance.
I'm thinking, yeah, this is going to be a real easy job. But I'm sweating. It is hot in this room. And I look around this room and it's kind of indicative of a lot of things that I've seen that have been done in the past, years past, kind of first generation of the school itself. I look around the room and you may notice that there are no diffusers in the ceiling. By diffusers, I mean where heat, an AC, HVAC, can enter the room. The room that I'm in actually used to be a staff room. Now, it didn't look like this at the time there was a staff room back in 1995. This wall didn't exist. The room on the other side of this, you've seen in previous videos, actually the very first episode of this program started in that other room over there with a leaking pipe in the wall. It's now the weight room. So this used to be a much larger room, and this was sectioned off to create a little coffee shop area. But it just never ceases to amaze me that when people take on a project like this, they leave it incomplete. Come on. You have to know that every room needs to have air exchange and some form of heat. So it would have been quite simple. All I would have had to do, sorry, I'm making myself dizzy here too. This wall behind me that was constructed after the fact, there's ducting in the room on the other side. All we have to do is carry one of them over into here. And I guess I could always put a duct in. And so it's just cooking in here. I've got an ice maker, I've got a refrigerator that's running behind me. All these things give off heat, and now I'm in this little enclosed space and it's hot in here. Why does that matter? Well, as I paint this board, I am going to have to be mindful of the fact that I've never used this chalkboard paint before, so I don't know how quickly it dries. I'm going to have to be mindful of the fact that it could dry on me very quickly, and when you're rolling something out and you want to maintain a wet edge, I'll have to be efficient. What have I done for prep? I've washed the board, just filled the sink up with hot water and a little bit of dish detergent, and I gave it a wash, then I gave it a rinse. When it is completely dry, I am going to hit it with my sander just to clean up the surface a little bit. I'll give it another little quick wipe down, and then I'll start rolling paint. Well, I think I can start sanding now, so I am going to knock that off. Okay, I'm happy with that. My goal was not to make it a perfect surface by sanding it. Really was just to knock down the high spots. And then the little wipe I gave it afterwards is just to get rid of the dust that's left behind. So I'll give that a sec to dry again, and then I am going to start rolling paint. I'm giving it a quick stir, even though I had them shake it up at the store, because it looked blue. Well, it still looks blue, but it's like that is the color. It's supposed to be black, and when I look at a little bit of spillage around the edge here, that is jet black. It's as black can be. So, yeah, it just must look like this prior to being rolled on.
Where's the ice machine?
Okay. that slides up.
Oh,
And use one of their scoops to take it out there, yeah.
thank you.
Cool. So it's not drying too quickly, which is good. Still rolling wet here even when I do this. And the reason I'm back rolling like this is because it's going to be a chalkboard. I want it to have a nice uniform finish to it and not look like a poorly painted wall that's got a bunch of roller lines. It'd be nice if you could roll a wall in such a way. It'd be nice if you could roll a wall in such a way that all the paint hits the wall at the same time, but you can't do that. And I don't know if you can see it from here, but if you look along the very top edge along the ceiling, there's overspray. So it looks like they originally painted this board with just black paint, even though they want to use it as a chalkboard. They actually didn't use chalkboard paint. So it should perform a little better now for them anyway. It's interesting, it's very glossy and almost midnight blue looking, but that should dry a very flat black when all is said and done. I am seeing little tiny bubbles, which may end up being like little fish eyes, which is interesting because I'm rolling the paint on, I'm not spraying it, and that's kind of an automotive thing. We'll see what it's like when it dries. I should probably read the can. It might recommend 2 coats actually. If that being the case, I might have to do a very light sanding and roll it again once this is done. Okay, I just read the can and it says a second coat may be applied after 4 hours. So we'll see what it looks like. It says it's dry to the touch in 30 minutes, and so let's test that theory. Cleaned up my tools. I'm ready to walk away from this for a little while and go do something else while I let this dry. And I'll come back in a while and see if I need to roll some more paint on there. Doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, you're going to write all over it with chalk, so it just needs to provide a good base for what they wish to use it for. Well, the blue has turned to black. It actually looks pretty good. It's not perfect, but I think that has more to do with what I painted over as opposed to what I just rolled on. If I look at the surface, you can kind of see just that pattern. And I actually think that what I'm seeing there is not, I mean, my roll was nice and even. And it actually looks really good, all things considered. It's just the surface that I was rolling onto was far from perfect. Yes, I gave it a light sanding, but I didn't sand it down in such a way so as to basically make a perfectly flat and true surface before rolling on my coat. So that'll serve for what they wish to use it for, I think. I mean, I'm always torn between stuff like this. I could make it more perfect or closer to perfect by really going to town on sanding it, which would essentially knock down all the high spots and then rolling on another coat. But to what purpose or advantage? It's not really going to change the function of it or how it looks after it's covered in chalk and then I'll probably ask to paint over it. We're probably going to use liquid chalk that won't wipe off or wash off completely, and I'll just have to paint over it again. So if I keep painting this year after year, it will slowly get better and better. So anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.